So hello everybody and welcome back. Before we get started, please like and subscribe. Today we're going to take a look at this Boeing 747 SCA and Space Shuttle. This is from Revell in 1/144 scale. I got this one that is not built, and I also have the Ed Force one that is built we'll look at, so you can see how they kind of turn out. I think the kits are a little different. It seems like they changed the sprues a little bit, even though the parts are still old. We're going to take a look at this today. So here's your instruction sheet, normal old Revell instruction sheets. You have information here in German and English about it. Our whole information pages here. Color chart. So we start with the space shuttle. We have three sprues of plastic. Put the fuselage together. We have a pre-assembly here for this piece in the back. And then this bulkhead goes in, the canopy glass goes in, bulkhead goes in the front, and this for the engines goes here in the back. We put the cargo bay in, put the cargo bay doors on. It looks like optional, either both sides together or split. And then we have a pre-assembly for this nacelle here, just two pieces to go together. The left side, the right side. And we put these little engines on up here, pre-assembly for it too there. Then we got these pieces with the pre-assembly as well. Put the bigger rockets on there. Put the wings together, put them on. Put the other wings together, put them on. And we put our landing gear doors on. And then I guess if you want to have it on the 747, you have to put this cone on the back. This one, or you can have it separated. Then here we have to drill holes. That's to mount it on the 747. We got 1.4 millimeter hole. Then here we have separate instructions for the 747. And here we have 7 sprues. One is clear plastic. So here we have our fuselage. We put here the landing gear bays in and put the fuselage together. We have 25 gram weight needs to go in the front. So we built the two sets of wings together. There's also this little piece that goes here in the front of it. Those are the lights. We build our engines together. Put our engines on. Build the other engines together. Put them on the other wing. And we put our wings on. Here's our horizontal stabilizers and put them on. So we see two versions, one with the wheels down, one with the wheels up. For the wheels down, we put our wheel bay doors on, closed. That's 13 or 14 here. Or we can put here, put the landing gear together, put it on. And this landing gear, I've built 2 of these and it's difficult. They're really fragile. Here's the front landing gear. Here we have a stand we can build for it. Here is these horizontal wings for the back. Then we put our space shuttle onto the model and put the model onto the stand, if that's your option. And then we have these 2 pieces that go on the wings too. That's different than the normal one, because the newer 747s have that cant wing. In here we have our painting and marking instructions. That's with the Space Shuttle Discovery, May 2012. More painting and marking instructions there. So for this kit we have one big decal sheet. You can see here above, that's for the windows on the 747. And this is like for the space shuttle, but I'll probably be painting a lot of that. Windows here, Discovery, NASA for the space shuttle. But you know, Revell decals, they look pretty good. And they go in pretty good, but then after a few years, they kind of mess up. I've had the problem often. But it looks like a good decal sheet though still. So the Space Shuttle comes with this extra sprue. This is a probe or something that goes in the back. You don't have to build it, but you could still and have an extra model. It's just pretty much, I think it's the same one that's in my other. It would be the same one that's there inside this one. You can see, it's the same. So you can build that together and have that separated if you want. The sprues aren't really lettered or anything. At least I couldn't see any letters on them. So I'll just go in order of how they are put in here. Get this one, would be the first one, which you have your one side of the fuselage and then one of the wings. Here's the back piece with the engines and the bulkheads for inside, the wheels, the landing gear doors here too. One of the engines too here. And this is the piece that goes here in the back. It doesn't really have a lot of detail. It's Revell, you know. This looks okay. I think the shuttle will turn out better probably than the 747. The 747s from Revell have a lot of problems. We got some flash here. But we have engraved panel lines here. We have panel lines here on the side. Looks okay. They actually turn out okay. You saw the other one. But the decals are coming off the other one already too. Then we have neck sprue. This probably also not used. Here we just have the cargo bay and the cargo bay doors. Also, once again, we got flash here. These kits are very old. Been remade, reboxed very, very many times. Then we have the sprue. It's the other side of the fuselage, the other wing. We got the whole doors, the long version. The other engines. These are these here on the side. A couple little parts there. It's pretty much the same as the other side here. It's kind of hard to see white here. I notice. Can't really see the detail there. The wings also engraved here. Here too. Inside of the engines is pretty bare. There's not really much to see there. There's the exhaust here. Once again, a lot of flash there. Then you have this clear sprue, and the clear sprue has the base in clear and also the cockpit glass. And that's kind of cool. I would probably leave this clear and paint this somehow. Like paint the globe blue and brown and stuff. Some green, I don't know, something like that. There's also this back part here for the shuttle, which fell off from somewhere. So for 747, you got here showing this is the first tree. You have one of the wings, horizontal stabilizers. That is another, because this has a stand too on it. There's two stands, but we're going to use this one for a 747. If you look how thick these. Oh, this one's okay. The ones I had, look, this is already. Actually, this one's okay too, here. Those are okay. That's a little thick on that one. I had problems on the other one. Some of these connectors were so thick that one of them had taken a chunk out of the wing because it broke. It broke in the box and took a chunk out the wing. But you see there's a lot of flash here too. Look here on the edge, here's flash. Lots of flash here. It shows that this sprue, and this is also where that back piece, the shuttle was, is supposed to be on the end of that sprue. And it just has these few parts on it. Not even sure right now what those are. They have to be connectors for the top, for the where the shuttle goes onto the top. And these two little pieces too. The second one then is the other side of the wings and a bunch of engine parts here. We got all of our nacelles and the fronts of the engines. And here's some of the landing gear bays. There's also a few smaller parts here. Like this one. See how thick that one is there. Little flash. It's a light there. There's flash all over here of the engine, so. The detail is actually okay on these things. And if you're looking for like 747s, there's not many options to go to except for Revell. And they've used that very much to their advantage because they just keep reboxing everything. No new molds. Because nobody has any other options for really for commercial airlines. There's only a couple other companies that make them. Then we have this sprue. Here's the bottom of the base for this. The insides of the engines. Another gear bay. Here's a landing gear. And all the wheels. One of them fell off, but I got it. Yeah, this one fell off, but I have it. It's not lost. You see there's a lot of flash here too. Now I know like on the other one that I did, there was a whole lot of flash around the landing gear too. Like here, flash, there's flash, there's flash. So there's a lot of cleanup required for these things. Here. Around there's a whole bunch. You really have to take a knife around all these edges and clean it off on all of these pieces. But the wheels are actually okay, except for they're very fragile. I had a lot of problems with broken wheels. I've glued so many wheels back together. Then we have this small sprue. It just has our horizontal, well, half of our horizontal stabilizers, the other half of them. I think it's supposed to be attached to one of the other sprues too. And then we have this one. This sprue. These are like the horizontal planes there, and another connector for the shuttle. There's not a lot to see here as far as detail goes. Then we have the big sprue here with the fuselage half. And see, like on the other one, there was a connector here. So, I don't know, did they kind of, they use the same mold, but they put the connectors in a different place, it looks like. Because there was a connector here, and it broke the top. But these are some pretty thick, and they're hard to get off without damaging anything. But it does have, for a 144 scale, it has decent exterior detail. But I don't like how they do the windows, because they just put your decals for the windows. And you see there's also a lot of flash inside here you gotta clean out too. But I guess it doesn't really matter if you put a decal over it. It's really hard to see any detail on this white plastic though. And then there's another sprue, which is the other half. And once again, flash in the windows. Flash in the windows, flash in the windows. That one's almost completely closed. And then we have one clear sprue for this, which has the landing lights here and the cockpit glass. So here's one of the two 747s that I have finished. The other one was the 747 from Lufthansa, and after lots of years, and I didn't put a lot of effort into it in the first place, and it kept getting broke. The landing gear was broke, which I used to fix this one. Actually, I trashed the other one after I took a landing gear off. It wasn't decent. The Revell 144 kits, they make good 148 kits, I think. Even though some of them do have problems. I had problems with the Mosquito Mark IV, with some fit problems, and the F-15. I have an F-15E Strike Eagle, and it went together really good, except the canopy doesn't fit on it. I don't know if that was my fault or if it was Revell. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell with this company. You see here, when I got it, the fuselage was separated from the sprue already, and it broke here, part of the fuselage, which is, I probably could have asked them to send me another one, since it was their fault. They don't pack stuff very good. Both of these fins broke off. I fixed that one, even though there's a little gap there. I haven't found that one yet. Both of the horizontal stabilizers broke off. And I have a video where I fixed it, because I drilled holes into the fuselage and drilled holes into the horizontal stabilizers and used a small nail. I cut it to a length about like this and put it in and let it dry with super glue, and then put the horizontal stabilizers back on. And they're going to be pretty stable. They're not coming off anytime soon. And almost all the landing gear broke off. Both of these broke off. The front broke off. This is the front landing gear from the Lufthansa one. This is also the front landing, the landing gear from the Lufthansa one. And some of the wheels are too. So at least it was useful for something. Another big problem with this kit is here, the bottom of the fuselage. This piece here. I had this all filled and sanded. Somebody hit it with a football, with a soccer ball. I don't know why they're playing soccer in my room in the house, but whatever. That was a long time ago, but they hit it here in the bottom. It broke it apart. I had it all filled and sanded. I didn't do it again because I was didn't want to mess up the paint job. But there was a lot of fit problems here around this piece in here, which you can see. You can really see it. There's a gap here, and here too. It looks pushed in. But it's still a cool airplane. Iron Maiden, Ed Force 1 from the Book of Souls tour. So what can I say about this kit? You don't have many options if you want to build a commercial airliner. There gives a couple of them, like Hasegawa has some. I have an Embraer an E170 from Hasegawa. It's the only aircraft that I have that's not Revell, because they're so hard. They're either hard to get or they're non-existent. I've seen at the model shop in Gießen, there was, I think, a Russian company had a couple, but they were more Russian. They had like they had an Airbus from Aeroflot, I think, and they had a 737 from S7. But there's not very many other options other than Revell. Revell has most of the market there with commercial airliners, and unfortunately, most of the molds are like 40 or 50 years old already, so most of them don't turn out very well. I have 4 built. I have 2 737s. I have an Avro RJ85. I think it's an RJ85. The little one with 4 engines. I used to work at the airport. I don't remember anymore. And the 737s were okay. The RJ85 needed a lot of work to get it to fit, especially the horizontal tail. It really was crooked and everything. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And join me next time. We're going to take a look at this IHG-T3A1 Type 99 bomber Val. This one Revell on 1/48 scale. And so until then, bye.